Hello, and welcome to Pardon the Integration, a podcast where we explore top trends in the channel today. I'm your host, Caleb Owen from The Channel Company. In today's episode, we'll be covering the problem, the answer, and the solution to fight ransomware. I'm joined by Chris Saso, Chief Technology Officer at Dasher Technologies, a Converge company. The way the podcast works is we have 3 topics and 3 minutes to talk about each. Our first topic is the problem, ransomware, followed by the answer, recovery, and our last topic is the solution, Zerto. Let's get started with topic 1, the problem, ransomware. Chris, thanks for joining me here. The first question I have for you is, it's been in the news a lot, but in case our audience is unaware of it, tell me, what is ransomware?
Caleb, I like the simple definition. It's a type of malicious software designed to block access to a computer until someone pays a sum of money.
Short and sweet, love it. Let's move on to question 2 then. What's caused kind of the recent increase in ransomware attacks?
Well, as you see here, I'm working from home, which really has provided a new attack surface for the bad guys, right? So in general, security between your home office worker like myself and their business or to SaaS apps, it's not as secure as working behind a firewall. And so it's given a rise to the bad guys to go and hack and go after people like myself or companies and introduce ransomware into the story. So as I tell, to my sons when they're trying to figure out something, follow the money. It's also because it's lucrative, right? Humans have always been the weakest link, and things like password vulnerabilities are being exploited even more, right? Because there's money to be made.
Excellent. Let's move on to the last question in this topic. From your position, how can organizations protect themselves against attacks? Is it even possible to prevent an attack?
I think it's possible to create what we like to call a defense in-depth strategy, layers of technology and best practices that you can put in place to make it so hard to break in to your company that the bad guys go somewhere else. Prevention starts with educating your workforce, right, and continues with implementing solutions that mitigate risk, monitor your environment, and then if the bad guys do get in, you got to recover, right? So we think the ability to recover from ransomware needs to be looked at very, very carefully, very in depth, and the ability to significantly reduce that loss should be a primary objective, right, of companies.
That actually plays really well right into our next topic, which is the answer, recovery. So my first question in this topic, why is data recovery an achievable goal for organizations?
There's so many solutions in the marketplace that provide the ability to reinstate your business, applications and data quickly and accurately to some point in time that is not too far in the past, right? So that goal, most companies, they have a backup of their data, right? Unfortunately, in a lot of cases, backup copies, can become compromised as well. So additionally, if a customer restores from their daily backup, they could lose 24 hours of information of data, which makes backup a less desirable solution or less desirable restore point than a journal product that provides restore points into the seconds, 5 to 10 seconds. So.
Question 2, how fast should a company be able to recover from an attack?
Every company is different, right? And they're going to have a different recovery point objective or RPO, which is the time in the past they want to restore to. And of course, different recovery time objectives or RTO, which is how fast, do you want to bring their applications and data back online. So we've worked with some companies that are looking for sub 1 minute, RPO, right? And others that are okay with 4 or even 8 hours of recovery points. So the most important thing is that a company has a plan, and an understanding of the impact of that RPO and RTO on their business, and that they can pick a solution that meets their unique business objectives.
My last question is, how can organizations effectively implement a recovery solution?
We at Dasher, we recommend finding a solution and a process that's simple to use and simple to manage it, and that you should test it frequently, right? Good news is that there are solutions. There's as many solutions that we're going to talk about one today in the marketplace, and it's called Zerto, right? As a matter of fact, just yesterday, we hosted an online educational seminar about Zerto. We always have one of our engineers talk, about a case study of the services that Dasher provides when implementing these solutions, right? And actually, it was the shortest case study ever because Zerto is so easy to implement, it's easy to manage, and to test, its ability to recover. So we typically only spend a few hours educating and helping our clients truly understand how to use Zerto and implement it. So yes, they can effectively implement a solution like this.
Well, let's talk about Zerto a little bit more because our third topic is the solution, which is Zerto. My first question, and I think you covered a little bit of this already. Why is Zerto in the market of ransomware recovery?
Yeah, so the market needs an effective recovery solution because the bad guys, they do get past that defense in depth strategy, right, that I was talking about. And Zerto offers software that's easy to implement and manage and provides incredibly low recovery point objectives and recovery time objectives, like I mentioned, which enables our clients to recover from a ransomware attack by rolling back to any point in time, before the attack happens. So the key is that the solution provides the minimum amount of data loss, and that's what Zerto brings to the space.
Let's move into the second question then. How is Zerto different from the competition?
So Zerto implements a journal-based file system, and that's a bit different than taking snapshots of your data. And that concept of continuous data protection, CDP, it provides much more granularity when you look back at a point in time to recover than a typical snapshot or a backup might. So that's a little bit how they're different. Another key differentiator is that they provide a block-based replication mechanism, which is less likely to get hit by ransomware than a file-based recovery solution. That's a key differentiator because backups also sometimes are attacked by ransomware.
Chris, we've come to the last question of today's program. And it's one that I think you as Dasher Technologies, as a systems integrator, will be really poised to answer that's going to benefit a lot of our audience. How does Zerto integrate with an organization's existing infrastructure?
Yeah, I'd say, one of the key benefits of Zerto is it doesn't force our clients to change their existing infrastructure, right? As a matter of fact, it allows our clients to use disparate technologies in their primary data center and their data DR location, right? So they don't have to have, for example, the same version of virtualization software running in both places. They don't have to have even the same storage hardware. So it kind of abstracts that data away, which, that a lot of companies have different storage software, different storage hardware, different servers, right? And all those things, Zerto allows you to keep those in your environment and does not make you change. So can save you money by doing that. It also allows our clients to upgrade their production and DR, at different intervals. They don't have to bring everything up at the same level, whether it's hardware or software. It doesn't have to be the same hardware or software. You might want more, 5 nines or 6 nines reliable storage in your data center as opposed to your DR location. So, and one last thought is that Zerto is cloud agnostic, right? It allows companies to migrate to disparate, public clouds, private clouds. And because Zerto does that, it allows also on-prem and cloud object-based storage. So you can have an on-prem or private cloud as well. So a lot of differentiators there.
Well, that wraps up our program for today. Chris, thank you for your time today. And thank you at home for joining us.
Thank you, Caleb.
Before we head out, I'm going to list my 3 takeaways from my discussion with Chris today. Number 1, ransomware is not going away. Expect continued aggression and creativity from cyber attackers as they look to exploit any weakness they can. Number 2, having a reliable recovery solution is paramount in today's IT security landscape. Attacks will happen, so having continuous backups can save you time and money. And point number 3, Zerto sets itself apart from the competition with unique features that you won't see in similar products. Thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Part in the Integration, the problem, the answer, and the solution to fight ransomware. I'm Caleb Bowen, and I'll see you next time.